world doesn't reward the innocent, it rewards the shrewd. You can wake up early, work hard, be honest, talented, and still watch others rise while you stay behind. This isn't justice, it's strategy. They know the game you were taught to ignore. They've programmed you to confuse cunning with cruelty, calculation with malice, silence with cowardice. That's why every time you step onto the board, you're already at a disadvantage. This isn't a call to cruelty. It's an invitation to open your eyes. If you can't see the hidden rules, you will always lose, even if you don't want to play. True shrewdness isn't lying or betraying. It's reading people, anticipating moves, choosing battles with precision, and using silence as a weapon. What you'll learn here isn't a trick. It's a silent power that changes how you show up. If you've ever felt manipulated, minimized, or late to every opportunity, this is your antidote. Subscribe while you can think clearly, and share this with those who need to remember. No one respects the naive. No one is coming to save you. That's the first illusion you must shatter. It's sweet to imagine a helping hand will pull you from the abyss at the right moment. Comfortable to believe a fair authority will reward your goodness. But that fantasy is slow poison. While you wait for a savior, time leaves you, and your will surrenders to anyone promising an exit. The world isn't a moral tale, it's a field of forces. The weak beg for a guide, the strong become their own compass. In politics, I've seen it 1,000 times. A prince who depends on others becomes a puppet of those who sustain him. In life, it's the same. If your discipline exists only when someone pushes you, if your choices depend on approval, you own nothing. You're an actor reciting another's script. Accepting that no one will save you hurts, but it frees. It strips the victim's mask and gives you the only power that can't be negotiated: responsibility. The day you accept it, your perspective shifts. You stop begging for permission, start moving with your own hands, and suddenly your voice carries a new edge. Others sense it. It unnerves them, because independence is intimidating. Strength is born in solitude. Crowds distract, silence reveals. It's not punishment, it's a laboratory. Alone, you discover which parts of you were mere performance and which were conviction. Flatterers hold up distorted mirrors where you always look perfect. Solitude puts a cold mirror in front of you. It doesn't forgive. Face it, and you either break or become stone. Authentic power requires this retreat. There, you train patience when everything pushes for haste, tame the anxiety to prove yourself, and cleanse your mind of the noise others generate to colonize you. Whoever cannot stand being alone will never lead others. Learn to enter that windowless room, close the door, breathe, and watch your impulses without obeying them. Let the waves settle. What remains is essential, your core. When it emerges, it can't be bought. You can negotiate from calm, not need. Love without begging. Deal without fear of solitude. Chosen solitude doesn't isolate, it arms. Discipline is your weapon. Not obedience, but self-rule. The undisciplined man desires, reacts, shouts, promises, and betrays himself at the first turn. His enemy needn't attack, just wait for his impulses to open the door. Discipline isn't rigidity, it's flexible steel. It lets you stay silent when you want to explode. Rise when your body begs surrender, and sacrifice cheap pleasures to gain lasting power. Each act of self-control is a stone in your wall, and walls intimidate more than armies. Master your passions before attempting to master anything else. Anger becomes energy when channeled, poison if released without calculation. Ambition drives you when tempered, destroys you if worshipped. Even fear, when mastered, becomes clarity. It forces you to plan escape routes, never underestimate anyone, and keep your chair near the door. The disciplined never shout their strength. They display it through consistency. That stability terrifies those who live on impulse. They have nowhere to strike. You can fool ears with speeches, but never the eyes of time. Time distinguishes the actor who pretends from the architect who builds. Silence is power. In an era that rewards verbosity, staying quiet becomes revolutionary. I don't mean timid silence. I mean silence that observes, measures, and lets others reveal themselves. Those who speak commit. Those who stay silent remain inscrutable. People fear emptiness and rush to fill it with words. Exploit that emptiness. The one who seeks your approval will spill their plans, fears, and urgencies. You listen. Hold time like a trigger. Sustained silence generates tension. Tension makes others project onto you what they fear. Some will call you wise, others dangerous. Both will grant a respect words can't earn. When you finally speak, let each word fall like a stone into still water. Few, clear, cold. Words are arrows that never return. Silence is a shield that never dents. Learn proportion. Speaking too much is weakness. Speaking with precision is command. If attacked, disarm calmly. Another's rage dies against serenity. If rushed to decide, welcome it. It reveals need and exposes your advantage. Machiavellian resilience isn't smiling at the blow. It's turning every blow into a counterattack. Martyrs endure and pride themselves on suffering. Strategists learn and reposition. Resilience isn't endurance for its own sake. It's bending without breaking, evolving without losing your core. Watch bamboo bow with the wind, yet never snap. Rigidity breaks, flexibility survives. Sometimes retreat today lets you surround your enemy tomorrow. The naive confuse retreat with defeat. The shrewd use it as a trap. Your scars aren't tragic decoration. They're strategy logs. The routes of invasion, the traps that worked, the allies who abandoned you, and those who stayed quietly. Every fall strips naivety and grants insight. The resilient welcome storms. They know that when it passes, they'll have a map no one else possesses. People fear those who always return. Imagine an invincible demon inside you. It's not a demon, it's method. The mask of power isn't deceit, it's geometry of perception. Men judge more with eyes than reason, and with eyes they decide to attack or retreat. The world rarely rewards raw authenticity. It respects the appearance of control. Don't confuse a mask with vulgar falsity. The mask is symbol, a visible architecture of intent. It shields curiosity and directs perception. Confidence wins allies. Invulnerability deters attacks. Generosity attracts loyalty. Do it with precision. Always hard, and you're predictable. They'll surround you with lies. Always soft, and you become a stepping stone. Alternate. Master contrast. Brief hardness amidst long silences. Calculated concession during scarcity. Shift focus. Let them argue over your gesture while you negotiate the price. Never fall in love with your mask. Change it as circumstances shift. Those who marry their persona live to please the crowd and die without a soul. Alliances are necessary. Dependence is fatal. No one rules alone forever. But those who confuse allies with family are surprised by betrayal. Betrayal isn't an exception. It's a statistic. Loyalty lasts as long as interest. Stop crying and face reality. A pact that traps you isn't a pact. It's a chain. Every alliance must be breakable without dragging you into the abyss. Assign roles so no single hand can extinguish your fire. Watch the signals. Excessive praise, rush for favors, silence when you need definition, eyes that no longer meet yours. When they appear, don't make speeches. Move resources and remember the uncomfortable rule. If keeping a pact condemns you, break it. The world calls betrayal what simply saves the foresighted. Do it with elegance, less noise, more action. At the table of power, the naive argue, the shrewd sign numbers. Mastery of emotions is self-rule. Mastery of fear is external rule. Before directing others, tame your beasts. Anger without method makes you cannon fodder. With method, it becomes your starting engine. Desire unchecked exposes you. Disciplined, it guides you. Sadness unexamined sinks you. Analyzed, it sharpens your mind. You don't eliminate emotions. You put them under control. Think like a blacksmith. The fire that forges the blade can melt it too. Control is the difference. In the city of men, fear rules more than love. Love demands gratitude. Fear demands caution. I don't mean blind terror. I mean a respect laced with suspicion. Let them know actions have consequences, even if they never see them. If your enemies cannot read you, they'll move cautiously. That caution is your margin, but balance it. Power built only on terror breeds conspirators. Power blending respect, distance, and predictable justice becomes stable. Inspire moderate, constant, clean fear. Remember, sometimes a long gaze and sustained silence instill more fear than 100 threats. Others' imaginations will magnify what you hint at. Time is a strategic ally. Urgency is the language of need. Patience, the dialect of power. Fortune is a capricious river. It sweeps the reckless away and multiplies those who built levees beforehand. Learn to wait without sleeping. Waiting is not inaction. It is hidden preparation. While others despair over solving today what requires seasons, you sharpen your tools, train your people, and collect small advantages. Time exposes masks. The false loyal always betrays. The false competent always reveals cracks. Don't rush to save your reputation at every rumor. Let the calendar filter. Anxiety to clarify everything is the confession of the fearful. Economy of appearances creates expectation. Abundance of shouting breeds indifference. Appear sparingly. Each appearance weighs double. But distinguish strategic patience from cowardly procrastination. Sometimes the perfect moment is lightning. Miss it, and the field darkens for months. The shrewd lives with 2 clocks, one slow, reminding them that not all is urgent, one fast, forcing action when the gap opens. The legacy of the shrewd is not applause, it's a structure that operates when they are gone. Glory is ephemeral fire. Legacy is embers that warm for years. Don't seek only to win today. Plant for tomorrow, so your name, even whispered, still moves the board. How? With consistent reputation, networks that endure by self-interest, and methods anyone can repeat in your absence. Legacy is the taming of collective memory. Let your name automatically command respect, caution, admiration, or fear. Any of these memories are worth more than trophies. There is also an art to retreating on time. A calculated withdrawal leaves the impression you could continue but chose not to. That final sense of control cements your image. Those who ignore cycles die twice, in body and in oblivion. You cannot afford either. Return to basics. No one is coming. You are alone with your will, and that makes you dangerous, if you accept it. Enter your room, cut the noise. Choose a small discipline, and make it ritual. Reduce words to the essential. Observe people without judging them. Measure them. Build pacts out of interest, not nostalgia. Master your emotions as you would a spirited horse, not to repress it, but to ride farther. Learn to wait, and learn to strike. And through it all, keep a mask that protects your essence. The private is a sanctuary the world must never violate. Listen closely. They trained you to be harmless because docility benefits the powerful. They told you thinking ill is sin, doubting is fault, retreating is cowardice, demanding is arrogance. Today, you break that programming. Cunning without ethics is destruction. Ethics without cunning is martyrdom. Seek the edge in the middle, compassion for your own, calculation for wolves. If anyone asks why you became dangerous, answer without raising your voice, because you learned to govern yourself. When a man governs himself, his presence commands. The room holds a beat longer. Adversaries practice safer smiles. Loyal allies feel protected. And without shouting, you begin to move pieces that once moved you. Close your eyes and visualize the entire board. See every person in place, every impulse caged, every word sheathed. Breathe. Feel the weight of your silence, and now make the decision you've been avoiding for years. Start, not tomorrow, today. Cut the tie to the version of yourself that always loses at the last minute. Make the hard call. Write the liberating resignation. Repeat less. Execute more. I promise you this. When you do, many will distance themselves. Others, curious, will approach. Both are advantageous. Life stops at the noise of what's essential once it no longer asks permission. A final warning. The path of the shrewd demands discomfort. You are not a hero in a novel. You will not receive public medals. Your reward is quieter, the sharp, undeniable sense of holding your destiny in your own hands. You will sleep better. Though storms grow larger, you will eat fewer crumbs and more bread. They will call you cold. In reality, you are deliberate. They will call you calculating. In truth, you've learned not to give yourself away. They will call you arrogant. In fact, you stand tall. Do not recoil from these names. I prefer insult that frees me over praise that bends me. If this message pierced your armor, do something simple and powerful. Comment with a phrase that captures your decision today. Share this video with those who still think being good is enough for respect. It isn't. The world doesn't reward innocence. It rewards lucidity. And lucidity, when habitual, is called cunning. I am Machiavelli, and I did not come to please you. I came to awaken you. If you want more of these weapons, subscribe and turn on notifications. Every week we sharpen your mind so no system can make you docile. Subscribe, comment, and share if this made you think. Now rise. You have listened long enough. It's time for your silence to start weighing. Where others beg, you make pacts. Where others shout, you decide. Where others show off, you build. And when they ask what changed, smile faintly. Nothing. I simply stopped being a piece and began moving the board.